Mr. Speaker, sir, Honourable Prime Minister, Honourable Attorney General, Honourable Leader of Opposition, Honourable Members of this August Parliament. I rise to respond in support of the 2022-23 National Budget that was delivered by the Honourable Attorney General and the Minister of Economy. Firstly, I would like to congratulate the Honourable Attorney General and Minister of Economy for delivering an excellent people's budget that will enable Fiji to forge ahead and regain the growth that the country needs. Of course, this well thought out and well articulated budget is hard to be digested by the members of the other side. They have a habit of seeing the glass half empty rather than half full. What the opposition needs to do is to get out of their political smokescreen and see what the FijiFirst government has achieved since it has come into power. Mr. Speaker, sir, Fiji has become the regional hub, economic hub. Our infrastructure investment and investment in technology has put Fiji at an advantage and has benefited the nation. This has not happened just like that. It is the decisive leadership of our Honourable Prime Minister Bainimarama that has enabled us to achieve this. It is the stability that the FijiFirst government has provided. It is the visionary leadership that this government has given to Fiji and the ability to be part of the regional and global leadership on issues that concerns the region and has global significance. While the opposition is just criticizing the government and its initiatives, others like Australia in 9 News in July praised Fiji for embarking on a new direct service between Nandi and Adelaide. While opposition criticized, Fiji, under the FijiFirst government and the leadership of our Honourable Prime Minister, moves ahead. Mr. Speaker, sir, there has been calls by Honourable Lalambalavu for Fiji to compare itself with countries like Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, Vanuatu. Really? Realistically, we should compare with countries based on the Human Development Index collated by United Nations Development Programme. Human Development Index was created to emphasize that the people and their capabilities should be the ultimate criteria for assessing the development of a country, not the economic growth. The 2020 Human Development Index report places Australia first, then Singapore, New Zealand, Fiji, and then Samoa, Vanuatu, Solomon Islands, with PNG being the last. Mr. Speaker, sir, to improve, one must compare itself with the one that are performing better than itself, rather than those who are lagging behind. Calling for Fiji to be compared with Samoa, Vanuatu, Solomon Islands, and Papua New Guinea, rather than Australia, Singapore, and New Zealand, shows the lack of understanding in the subject they are talking about. Or probably it's the opposition's proposal, to take Fiji backwards should they ever, God forbid, come into power. Mr. Speaker, sir, I humbly request the opposition to either write their own speech, which is factually correct, or at least proofread the speeches written by others to ensure that what is being said is factually correct and makes sense. The 2020-2023 budget has continued to focus on agriculture sector and micro, small and medium enterprises. These are the two sectors that continue to contribute significantly to the GDP of the country and continues to be the biggest employers in the country. The agriculture sector continues to be the backbone of Fiji, and the FijiFirst government continues to recognize this. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would be failing in my duty if I do not acknowledge the hard-working farmers who, during the difficult times, continued to toil the soil to ensure the nation was all well-fed. Not all that we eat is imported. It is the result of the hard work of our farmers which keeps us all fed. FijiFirst Govt has ensured that these farmers are well supported either technically or materially to enable them to produce for the nation. The 2022-23 budget continues to support these hardworking farmers so that they continue farming and continue feeding the nation. This has only been possible under the strong leadership of Prime Minister Honorable Bainimarama. No other government apart from the FijiFirst Govt has invested the kind of resources to stimulate growth and accessibility for our farmers. Yet, the political opportunists continue to misinform our farmers in the rural and remote communities. The opposition never has and never will be able to match the achievements of FijiFirst Govt in the rural and remote communities.
Order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, while others play by words, FijiFirst Govt puts the money where the mouth is. To this effect, the FijiFirst Govt has allocated $2 million towards commercial farmers' equity package and farm mechanization. Commercial farmers who wishes to expand their business and needs loans from commercial banks can get their equity contribution through this package. The package also intends to increase farm efficiency through mechanization. Intensive farming and increase in farm sizes requires investment in machinery and equipment on the farm. This enables the farmer to maintain profitability and expand the portfolio on the farm. Mr. Speaker, sir, under this well-articulated 2022-23 budget, gone are the days where the farmer had to book for a ministry farm machinery and wait for its availability. The allocation of $7 million towards the outsourcing of the machinery hire on a 50-50 basis will ensure farm machinery is readily available for hire. The waiting time would significantly reduce and efficiency gained on the farm. It feels proud to be part of government that continues to invest in agriculture. $3.45 million has been allocated to dalo, ginger, yangona and rice farming, with special emphasis on women in agriculture. Isn't that great? Has anyone from the other side commended the government on this? No. I don't think so. No, they did not, because they will not get their brownie points for supporting or commending a government program. Rural development and women capacity development is something they do not subscribe to. If they had, they would have commended this allocation in the budget. Mr. Speaker, sir, the livestock sector continues to see investment by the government under this budget. The dairy industry has an allocation of $1.2 million, which will go as direct assistance to the dairy farmers under the Dairy Development Program. FijiFirst Govt's assistance in the dairy industry has far exceeded any other government support to the dairy industry since independence. Yesterday, Honorable Kundrani said that cows are producing an average of 2 liters of milk per day, per cow. Where did he get the information from, or figures from? This order. This is the direct insult to the hardworking dairy farmers of our country who, despite being faced with bovine tuberculosis and brucellosis, continue to forge ahead and improve the dairy industry. There is a difference between a cow and a goat. I suggest Honorable Kundrani go back to the farm and see the difference between a cow's udder and a goat's udder. And please, when you go to the farm, you make sure that big animal is a cow, not something else.
Order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, micro, small and medium enterprises continue to be a focus of the FijiFirst Govt. FijiFirst Govt continues to encourage women participation in business and to support female entrepreneurship in MSMEs. The government has allocated in the 2022-23 budget $1.1 million via the Fiji Development Bank as Women Entrepreneurs Loan Package. Women Entrepreneurs Loan Package will primarily target women entrepreneurs with registered businesses in operation for a maximum of 6 months who require working capital or need to expand their existing business. $10% equity required for the loan packages will be provided through this $1 million allocation and will greatly support female entrepreneurs' access to financing. Mr. Speaker, sir, the FijiFirst People's Budget 2022-23 is an important opportunity to enact policies for the betterment of our nation. However, this is not the only opportunity. FijiFirst government's ears are open to business of all sizes, micro, small, medium and large, as they always have been. FijiFirst government remains flexible to develop joint solutions on every serious and unforeseen challenges facing our nation's recovery, especially in the business community. We have been creating the most efficient and least bureaucratic environment possible for our business to thrive. Our golden rule is every process must serve a purpose other than just simply creating a bureaucratic role. Mr. Speaker, sir, FijiFirst government has invested $432.3 million in its people who have suffered from the pandemic. Apart from this, the FijiFirst government continues with a $200 million concessional loan via the Reserve Bank to assist the business with working capital needs. This assistance continues to be active. Has anyone from the opposition side commended the government for assisting the business or the people? No, they did not. All they cried was freebies. Is assisting its people freebie? Is assisting the business to continue operating under difficult situation and continuing to employ people freebie? No, it's not a freebie. It's helping the people to live the economy in times of need.
Order.
The opposition calling this a freebie shows the lack of understanding of economic stimulation, and yet they are asking the people to trust them in running the government. Will they be able to trust them? Yes. Yesterday, Honorable Gavoka proposed a tax hike. God forbid. But if they ever were in power, they will put our people in greater economic crisis. Just to help a niche group of people. It is just to help a niche group of people. Everyone knows what effect the global pandemic and the Ukraine-Russia war has had on the global market. Availability of resources has contracted. Cost of crude oil and refined oil has gone up. Freight charges has almost gone up by threefold. Mr. Speaker, sir, Fiji is an import-driven market and cost of imports have gone up. Most of our basic staples are imported, so the cost of these imports have also gone up. The FijiFirst government had no part to play in this increasing cost. Yet, there are so-called professors, I don't see him here, who go around the country saying they will decrease the cost of these imports. How can they sell a product at a price lower than the cost of the price? The people of Fiji are not fools. They know you are lying through your teeth. I hope he's here. He always says his part and runs away. Mr. Speaker, sir, the same individual has called the 2022-2023 budget, national budget, a Sangamoli budget. This shows his lack of understanding of assistance provided to the people. $1 a day makes a lot of difference to a person who desperately needs this, and this honourable member is belittling those who are in need of assistance. Only a person with a Sangamoli-sized brain will make such a derogatory comment. The same leader of NFP, Honorable Bhiman Prasad, has been going around telling the cane farmers that the guaranteed cane price has been slashed. Really? Can he stoop that low? The market sets the price and the government pitches in the difference to make it $85 a ton, which is the government guaranteed price. Where is the reduction in price? I urge all the sugarcane farmers not to believe in his lies. He lies through his seed. He has told the farmers that the cost of a bag, has he told the farmers that the cost of a bag of fertilizer is $80.90? The farmer only pays $20. $60.90 is paid by the government. Did he tell this to the media? No. This will not suit him because the government is contributing here. He does not get his brownie points. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is no limit to how much the NFP will lie and mislead the people just to be in power. Let alone going back on his words of not supporting a coup leader. The union between the NFP and the PEP leader must be really rosy. Both have excellent skills. Both of them have excellent skills. One is a professional at running away from middle of an interview, and the other is good at shaking at the Desi girl's tune. The fact is, Mr. Speaker, I don't feel sorry for this professor, but I feel extremely sorry for the students he has taught. Thank God I was not one of his students. If the opposition had a wee bit of substance in them, if the opposition had a wee bit of substance in them, they would have come up with an alternative budget and not only with criticism. We should not disagree for the sake of disagreeing only. Look at the reasons behind this excellent budget. I'm sure if the honourable members shed their political veil aside, they will clearly see the rationale and the greater good of the country. Mr. Speaker, sir, the people of Fiji have chosen us to represent them in this August Parliament. Let's not dissipate their confidence in us. Let's not mislead them. Let's speak the facts and not let our political opinion cloud this. Honorable Biman Prasad, they need to be told the facts without being fabricated to suit your own personal agenda. Denzel Washington once said, and I quote, "You will never be criticized by someone who is doing more than you. You'll always be criticized by someone who is doing less. Remember that," unquote. The opposition in this parliament is doing just that. They haven't been able to even dream about what FijiFirst Govt has already delivered. To conclude, I would like to thank the Honourable Attorney General and the Minister for Economy for delivering the 2022-23 budget, People's Budget, which I support and I'm sure the whole nation supports. Thank you. God bless Fiji.